Hi everyone, this is Yolanda Anderson. I'm here having a conversation once again with the Dixons. Oh my gosh, we're so excited. They've been married for 1 year, guys. Oh, they're gonna tell you some good things about what they've been going through, what challenges they had, what changes they've been going through. So I believe y'all are gonna be happy about hearing what they've been going through. So once again, don't forget to follow me under my Instagram page, strong underscore couples 101, strong underscore couples 101. And listen, you guys, this whole interview would not be on. So I want you guys to make sure you go to my YouTube channel as well. Strong Couples 101. Strong Couples 101. So once again, we're here. We're getting ready to have good conversation about the newlyweds. Been married 1 year. 1 year in, guys. So we're so excited. Congrats to you guys.
Thank you.
Hey, tell us what happened in this 1 year. What all went on? What are some of the things that you guys think y'all might would change or do differently? Or what are some things, ideas, or some good advice you go out and get somebody that's their fiancés? They're getting ready to get married, get ready to go into their new phase of life of being married and trying to become one. Oh, one, y'all, one. Oh my goodness, a challenge here. So talk to us and let us know what's going on. Who want to go first?
Want to go first?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I would say one thing that I've noticed becoming one, the values change. You know, your values that you had when you were single is so different when you're actually in a marriage.
Yes.
You have a conversation and you're like, okay, you might not agree with every value that your person have had. So I think it does take a minute to get used to that new challenge, because it can be a challenge when you're used to certain things being a certain way and used to having certain values.
Okay, so let us, we want to know, we nosy, right, you guys? We're nosy. We want to know what some of the challenges that you think, what you and your husband had, just trying to twine together.
Well, I would say he had a value that was new for me. And that value was when it comes to different couples and married couples and couples who are not married. I think for one would be, like a little bit. I think for one would be the out of wedlock, baby showers and them not being married. That was something new for me. Supporting people that's people
not married.
If we couldn't make it, we understand why we can't make it, but it's a principle that he had, and I was like, oh, let me do a little more research, because when you are a Christian and you're walking with Christ, Christ doesn't believe in out of wedlock babies. So how do I learn this? This is difficult for me. This is his value. It's not my value yet. So how do I still support a friend of mine who does not have who is not married? How do I support that? And I've had to ask him, how have you supported it in the past? Because it was new for him.
So let me ask you. So that is, and that's this is real, because you guys are coming as one, and one might believe, I don't mind supporting someone that having babies out of wedlock, where the other one is saying, wait a minute, we can't keep supporting it. So let me ask you this, because it's sometimes, because I've had that as well, continuously to support someone that keep doing it over and over. Do we keep doing that? Do we keep supporting that, or is it come to a part or a standard that we have to say, what I understand the first one, but second, third, fourth, and fifth, what are we doing? Where do that place us as Christ followers, Christ believers? Where do that place? Do we talk to them? I don't know. What you guys tell me? What did y'all come? How did y'all come into an agreement with that?
Now, I think to add some clarity to that statement. So in regards to support, I think we have to understand what support really means in terms of when it comes to someone, and if they're operating out of something that we know in the Bible is out of that realm of what we deem as, righteousness, fulfillment, things like that, that we know, especially with experiences, family members, things like that, who've had kids out of wedlock, even, maybe even our parents have had to do it themselves.
Yes.
So I think there's a standard that I believe you should stand on in regard to, okay, are you going to support this? It's just like I look at it as anything outside of who is habitually in sin, or what we call it. So it's like anybody that's even LGBTQ and like everyone, all of that's in the same bucket in terms of support.
Yes, it
so
is.
How is it that we can still love them?
Right.
And
you're supposed to,
instead of just like, because sometimes people can take support as like, oh, you don't love me. Or whatever. And so that's when you have to kind of like, okay, draw that line and kind of let them know these are my values. And so in regard to clarity, I've always mentioned that, okay, we're not going to support it, but we can still help. So in regard to someone, for example, who had a baby out of wedlock, and they're maybe our close friends or whatever. I've had multiple times where I've had friends who had children out of wedlock. And in regard, I may not have already agreed, and they already know I don't agree with that, with what happened, obviously, but that don't mean I'm gonna just like shove it down your throat. You already know that it's wrong.
They know.
But at the end of the day, I think it comes down to, okay, are we gonna help them or not? That's what in my heart, that's what I'm coming to. Are we gonna help them, but not support the actual decision that they made, meaning the baby shower? Why are we going to a baby shower that's kind of supporting that the sin that they had already acted on before? Y'all not married and y'all don't plan on getting married. So if we're trying to support marriage, that would look kind of like us as like hypocrites, kind of. And that's how I view it. So I don't want to be, or I don't deem as being a hypocrite, in my opinion, if we're supporting something that we are not participating in. So I think that's a value that I think should be important, because it's the same way with, LGBTQ and anybody else outside of that realm, or even outside of that we're trying to support something that we don't even hold to. Okay,
so let me ask you this, so we be clear on when we say about support, you being hypocritical. So you're saying that you won't go to the shower, per se.
Right. But I will assist with them when it comes to the actual child, because all of us do need assistance when it comes to a child. Don't matter how much money you make, your money gonna be short when you're dealing with a child. So everyone needs help when it comes to a child, because like I've learned from my wife, village does take multiple people. It does not just take one, the couple, and then even the family. It takes multiple people outside of that, your friends, your family, things like that. And I have the privilege of having 2 godsons, and the uncle to another one, adopted uncle to another one. And so in regard to that, I assist them in every way I can with their sons, so that they can at least know that, hey, I'm here to support y'all and help y'all through this process, even though I don't really support the act that you may have done in the past, and they already know that. So it's all love at the end of the day.
That's good that you guys came to an agreement on that, because sometimes couples are not able to come to agreement because they can't hear each other. Because we're all going to have some differences, and we're all going to have something that we say I'm not in agreement with. But, we have to know, really, couples need to know when to say, is this something that we can, do we just go ahead and disagree and move on? Or is this something that we need to come back to? Because I don't think that couples should be argumentative to each other, because that becomes a problem. Because at that point, somebody have to give. And then when you become argumentative, nobody wants to give. So I just think that, we, as couples, you need to make sure that you're not argumentative about the disagreement. If you're going to disagree to sometimes to agree, so that you can have, you have a peaceful marriage. Because the ultimate goal is us to be peaceful and men together, right? Okay. Is there anything else that you all can advise, or something that you all want to say? What's some more other good stuff? Come on, y'all. Give us some good stuff.
I think the second thing is, learning how to actually properly have conversation and address problems, because I think the biggest issue that I have noticed and come across with couples that I know, as well as people who are probably in relationships, is they don't know how to properly communicate when there's conflict involved.
Help them, please. They need it.
So I think one of the things that me and her practice is, let's say we get to a point where it's getting to a head, where where it's the heat is on, the heating stove is on 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
It's climbing. And so I think we'll get to the point where we're out for probably either me or her, probably one of us or two. We'll just like, hey, we're not getting nowhere right now.
Okay.
So let's come back to this later.
Thank you.
We're gonna keep. And so either one of us is gonna be stubborn and gonna keep trying to engage, and it has to take one of them to say, you know what, no, we can't. We gotta keep walking back. So we'll give it a minute. And so after those, like whatever few minutes, it don't take that long. We don't really do no 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, because that can cause more problems. We noticed. And so I think whenever we do, we're like, okay. And so we'll come back and re-enter that and re-engage the conversation and be like, okay, look, this is what I was trying to say.
Okay.
I was trying to say that this is what it is. This is how it's supposed to be. We should be doing this, whatever the conflict is. And so I think after that, then we're able to finally hear each other and what we both were trying to communicate.
So you guys need to listen.
Exactly.
Listen
before you
One
respond.
need to stop talking and listen. Okay.
Because I think because of the values we hold that we may not know is a gray area, it doesn't get properly addressed. And I think when that spouse comes with kind of a clear, concise way, you're kind of like, that's kind of new. Like she said, it's kind of new. It's kind of, you're aware of what my gray area is, which I believe as a couple, you should be sharpening one another.
And that's what it says.
Right.
And so I think that's what it comes. So I think that's what it comes with in that regard. I think conflict resolve is the biggest thing in couples.
Okay.
The biggest thing.
Okay, let me be nosy. So is this true that when you have conflict, that the love is great afterwards when you come back? Yes, it's great, right? It's true.
Yeah.
Listen, guys. But you don't want to just have conflicts. You have to make that happen. But
no.
But the makeup is nice, y'all.
Yeah, because I think why it's that way is because I think after you come to that resolve, it's like kind of like it's like, I don't know why, it's like in our spirit as a one, you kind of notice like, dang, we just overcame a hurdle.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know how you go into the gym and you get that workout and you come home feeling good.
Y'all.
It's like that kind of that reward, like, or it's like you go and get you a cookie or something after you had a great week eating good. It's like that cookie, you know what I mean? Like, you know, this is great. This is amazing. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's really what it feels like. I think that's why it's important and imperative. Why the Bible says, you know, like, till death do us part, literally.
Right.
Like till death. That's why it's vital that a lot of couples don't do that, because I think there's a misunderstanding when it comes to conflict. That, because I remember in the beginning of the marriage, I think there was a misunderstanding that just because we're arguing, literally within maybe a few months, that there's a problem.
Right.
There's an issue.
Yeah.
And like, I'm talking about a bigger issue, meaning like, are we meant to be together? Is this normal within the first 6 months?
Normal, y'all, normal. When you're coming together, you're trying to blend together, it's normal.
When I was in, I think the understanding came, like, yes, this is normal because we're new. Yes. This is fresh.
Yes.
The two people who were single, who are now married, who are come together, different kind of certain values, different kind of cleaning aspects,
different backgrounds,
different kind of backgrounds in life. So I think that's what it comes with. It's normal. Yes. It is normal for couples to come together and have some form of conflict of some degree. Yes. Yeah. And a lot of people avoid it to the point where it builds over time. When really one day y'all argue, it blows up.
Right.
But really it was those little minute steps that you didn't take by addressing those problems when it first conceived.
Right.
So that it didn't blow up into a whole tree. And now all you saying is, you don't tell me nothing. Yeah. You always don't tell me nothing. But really, it was like you didn't address when I was trying to tell you that bothered me earlier. And you just, blew it off like it didn't matter.
It seems like we need to and I know people sometimes don't want to take out the time to address things, but this is when we have to take our time for each other.
Yeah.
This is the times when we have to make sure that your better half is okay. These are the times we say, well, hey, you check in. There's a check-in.
Yeah.
You're supposed to check in as a couple.
Yeah.
To make sure. And them check-ins are very important, to ask how you feel, what's going on, that's very important. So
yes, I would like to add, ladies, be slow to speak. Every situation, you do not need the last word.
Right.
You do not need the last word. I do mean that. Sometimes you need to come back and then have that conversation with your spouse, with your husband. Proverbs 31.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to be slow to speak. Everything doesn't need our last say so.
This is true.
Like, it will just add more fuel to the fire. It doesn't really finish the fire. It makes it worse, actually. So be slow to speak. Learn when you can talk and when you cannot talk. And be careful with what you say, because it can hurt your partner with anything.
Oh, wait a minute.
So be real careful what you say.
That's right. We on both sides, we have to be careful on what we're saying to each other. Because you can't hurt. And some things we say, it's like you have to recover from it.
Yes.
It's not like it's just all of us, okay, we back to normal. No. Some people are hurt by some of the wordings we use, some of the things we say towards our significant other. And this is the person you just said, I love you. And to death do you part, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So what else other things that you all have learned as couple?
Protecting your spouse from others
and
influences of others. Well, we can go as little as social media. We can go as small as social media.
Okay.
We can go as small as to say we're coming across something on social media, some type of news, some type of, crazy drama, whatever, dramatic issue, maybe some kind of even a self-help video or self-help post that may look like they're trying to help you, but really it's a means of trying to get past your flesh and trying to give your allowance for your flesh. And so when your spouse brings it to your attention, you're like, nah, that's not what that is. And so you have to add more clarity to protect their heart from receiving something false that could also cause them emotional kind of, I would say emotional decline or become insecure because certain things a seed can be planted and that seed can grow when it's not a true statement.
So you're saying about the social media.
Right, that's one.
We need to be careful.
Being careful about what you take in.
Sides,
Yes, especially about married couples. Especially about married couples.
That's very important because what, can be, it might not be nothing to you, but if your spouse is affected by it, you have to not do it. Yes. Honestly, even if it's something simple, it's still something that you cannot do if your spouse is not in agreement. Because we're supposed to be in agreement with everything.
Right.
We're supposed to come to some common ground or an agreement saying, okay, this is how it is, Right. So definitely, I totally agree with that. I definitely agree with that. You guys have learned a lot. So I tell you, so the change have been something, huh?
It has. I can say another thing that I've noticed, you are going to forgive each other constantly.
Okay.
You're going to forgive each other constantly. Like,
wow.
There's so many different things when you come together, like how a person cleans, how a person, lounges at, during the different times of the day. We have 2 different work schedules. I'm daytime, he's a nighttime. So he works nights. So meal prepping on time, making sure everything is being done at a decent time. Just being able to forgive a lot. You're going to die to yourself just like you die to Christ. It's the same thing with your spouse.
Because you're coming together. Your last name was Dixon and your last name was what?
Carter.
So listen, you got to lose Carter. Some of Dixon got to lose Dixon. And then you coming together to be Dixon all one. Oh my God, I tell y'all what. Listen, it's this marriage thing is not easy. So that's why we don't go into it just nonchalantly. we should not, because this is serious. This is your life. This is one of the biggest things that we're going to come together as one, because of the fact that we cannot just take this as something, as nothing. Yeah. Oh, well, I can just get another husband. No, don't go into marriage like that. Oh, I could just get someone else. No. Why would you? Why not just get the right person, the right time, in the right place for one time? Why not? And I know sometimes it's hard to find that, because I think today a lot of people, some people not married because it's hard to find people, but we know that the man's supposed to find the wife.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because that is the word. A man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. He obtained favor with God. Mm-hmm. So we know that the man's supposed to find that wife. He's supposed to find. But I know today girls are proposing to males. I don't know how that worked, but that was not in my generation. But this new generation, women are proposing to.
Don't do that. No, don't do that.
Okay.
No. Always let the man find you. Always.
It's always best. Mm-hmm. It really is. Because at that point, I just, I don't know if what the man said. Well, you asked me to marry you. I guess that's what they'll be saying. But he's like, I ain't asked you to marry. I ain't asked you. You asked me.
I will say this: TV and social media is making it a norm. Like the show Girlfriends with Tracy Ellis Ross. It literally on season 8, she proposed to her boyfriend on there. So it's a real thing. Like and that was like 2009, 2010 when that came out. So like they're trying to normalize it, and that's not something we should be doing.
But as Christ followers, I don't think we should follow after the world ways.
No.
As Christ followers, we need to stay within the word. Mm-hmm. And that is the man finding the wife. But I know things are really changing now, because people are, finding husbands on social media. Some people have found some people on date apps. That's what they call it, right? Mm-hmm. Some people have. I heard more bad than good. Mm-hmm. But some people have found their husband on the date app, I guess. I don't know how that worked. That's just one in my time, but I know people have found husbands. How do y'all feel about that? Because this is a new generation.
Yeah.
And people are really going all, I don't know, they're doing a lot now. A lot of things have changed.
To me,
God hasn't, but people have.
Yeah, to me, I will say it's not as authentic. I'm old school. I would like to see this guy in person. I would like to go hang out with you. Hanging out through a message board on the app just doesn't do it for me. Right. I tried it before I met my husband, and I didn't like it because they can easily, what they call falsify themselves. Mm-hmm. And when you pop up to the actual restaurant, that's not who they say they are.
You can't even find them because you're looking at something.
You're looking at something else. They use pictures. That's not even them. So they call it catfish today. So yes. So yeah, I think for me it's not really as authentic, because they could switch up at any moment. Okay. They could change.
Oh, awesome. Listen, this is the first year. We thank you for them coming, speaking to us about the first year. But just before we leave, there's any last things you want to say to the audience that can give them some advice, some encouragement, some thoughts for food that, even before they get married, what are some things that, in this marriage thing, what you want to say?
I would say enjoy your single season. Take advantage of your single season.
Okay.
Because that is vital for you when you get married, so that you will not be solely basing your identity in your spouse and your significant other. Meaning, find your purpose while you're single. Find out what it is that you are called to do in Christ. If we're talking about Bible here, I don't know everybody's belief system, but I know for us, we believe in Christ. So you find your purpose in Him.
Yes.
Because once you understand what that means, you'll be busy doing purposeful work.
Ooh, and not
just working.
I'm telling you, this has been such a great interview. This is having conversation with you guys. It has been such a pleasure. And you guys, y'all first year, I tell you, you guys have learned a lot. you guys have allowed God to really transform y'all, I should say, because everyone is not able to do what you guys do, because sometimes the first year for some people is the hardest year because you are learning each other. But I tell you, I congratulate you guys. I speak blessing over you guys. I just know that God is going to do great things in y'all life. So I am grateful. So you guys, hey, thank you all for coming. Thank you. I'm telling you, this interview will not be on here, all of my Instagram. So please, I'm asking y'all to go to my YouTube channel, Strong Couples 101, Strong Couples 101. But still look at my YouTube, my Instagram as well, Strong_Couples 101. Instagram, Strong_Couples 101. Thank you guys. We appreciate y'all for being here. Bye.